Good morning, guys. We are back in the UK. We are in a tiny town called Fossebridge in the Cotswolds. We are here to do a house sit. We're keeping a lovely dog. His name is Midas. He's a Rhodesian Ridgeback and he is beautiful. You'll see him around today. We've been here for a few days, just getting acquainted, meeting some of the locals. There's Midas bumping the camera. We went to a local church yesterday in a nearby town. Beautiful congregation of people, and they invited us today to go to a pop-up cafe in a town nearby called Shedworth. So it's about an hour walk. As you guys know, we generally don't have a car, so we're going to be hoofing it today, but that's okay because we were training for a really long walk that we're going to be taking in a couple of months. So it's just an excuse to train and, get like pastries and sausage rolls at the end of it. So let's go. Midas, can you say hi? Say hi to the people. Say hi. Nope, not into it. Okay.
So this inn here is pretty much the only thing in this town that has like food. And it's really tasty food, but this is it.
So we were told to walk this way along the creek. Our original gate was blocked off. So we found this other gate. It's locked too, but there's like this walking sign with a step up and over a wooden part, and this is where we've been told by locals we're supposed to go, so we're gonna give it a shot and hope no one yells at us. So we aren't just being totally crazy. Like, there's kind of a general unwritten rule in these parts that, like, as long as you don't bother the animals and you close the gate behind you, like, you're kind of good to go. We're seeing now signs that say public footpath, so I think we're in good shape.
So we ran into some private property, and so we had to veer off to the road and take the road up, which is a lot easier to walk on.
We made it, but we have pretty nasty shoes, so. So the bad part is this is a pop-up cafe from 10 to 2, and if the one man that we don't know isn't here, then we're not going to know anybody. Okay, that was so fun. Like, it started off a little awkward because our friend wasn't there, and then we met him, and he told me which eggs and yogurt to buy.
Yep.
So basically, we just had a bunch of like pastries in there that you could purchase, and coffee, and just chit chat around the tables. And then they had some like farm produce stuff that you could buy from a local farm, which all had really good prices. Our friend didn't stay long, but we ended up meeting a bunch of other people who were wonderful, and yeah, just chatted for a couple of hours. It's one of those things, like, we wish we could show you guys all this stuff, but also it's incredibly rude to just be like popping this giant camera with its huge tripod and its big microphone in people's face all the time. Like, we just can't do that. Nope. It's not in us. We just can't do it. And plus, we just want to truly enjoy spending time with the people that we meet and not constantly be dealing with the camera. So maybe that makes us really bad YouTubers.
Probably does, but
probably does. But you know what?
We're okay.
It just seems disrespectful to us, and we just can't do it. So you just have to trust us that we had lovely lemon cake and a fantastic sausage roll, and met some cool people, and it was fabulous. But since they no longer need these fur phones, they've become all sorts of other things. We've seen them as an ATM, and this one's like a village take and give bookstore. Creative. There's also a defibrillator in there. So one of the things we love the most about house sitting is that, well, you have a dog, and people that normally maybe wouldn't talk to you, they get sucked in by the dog, and then you end up having wonderful conversations and meeting all kinds of great people just because you got a cute pooch. I mean, I've got my own pooch, but it's not cute. I'm trying to get rid of that.
sheep poop area. It means I gotta hold him up the whole time so he won't eat sheep poop. Gross dog.
You like to eat sheep poop, you weirdo. Alright guys, we made it back. That was super fun. Sorry, we just came up a hill again. I'm really not in Camino shape yet, but I'm gonna get there. So, here's the deal. Was that a little awkward? Yes, at first. It's always awkward to walk into a room of like, especially a small town where everybody knows everybody and you're like a glaring not everybody. But people here are super friendly. We got some stinking excellent lemon pound cake and a sausage roll that I could have eaten 14 of, and a couple cups of coffee, and it felt like almost all the village was there, or a lot of people were there if they weren't at work. So we got some fresh yogurt from a nearby farm and some eggs from close by, and then one of the ladies hooked me up with a trash bag, so I've looked like a real hobo, like walking through the sheep field for the last hour, carrying my camera kit on one side and my hobo bag of yogurt and eggs on the other. But anyway, we made it. So as I was saying, these things can feel a little awkward at first, but if you really want to meet people and you want to see what locals do and you want to have a more authentic experience, you kind of have to go where the locals are, and generally that's like church, the grocery store, the random town hall meeting, Friday night film club, or whatever. So don't be afraid to go. If you get the invitation, go. It is almost always worth it. That's all I have to say about that. I'm gonna miss you, handsome fella. Alright you guys, so we have officially left our house sit in Fossebridge. Our owner was kind enough to bring us to the next bigger town. We're in the capital of the Cotswolds now, Cirencester. But we are in a little inn that I found. Got some nice bunk beds, so if Ryan ticks me off down here on the big bed, he's going up top tonight. I hopped on to show you this. If you thought that our room and our room tour on the Finland ship was tiny, if you haven't seen that, you need to go watch our first Helsinki video. We'll link it up here for you. The shower on that ship was like the Taj Mahal compared to the size of this shower. Y'all gotta see this. Can you see this? Like, if I were to spread, like, I can't. There's no way I could wash my hair. Like, I have to stand out here. There's no big people allowed. Good morning from Good morning from Cirencester. We are in the cutest little town that tourists have dubbed like the capital of the Cotswolds. It is an ancient Roman town, and it's super cute. So we're gonna start our morning off at Linwood & Co. for some coffee, and then we're gonna visit the local market. It is Saturday morning, so there's this is actually known as the market town of the Cotswolds, so this is kind of where locals come for the market. Alright, so there are several coffee shops here, but Linwood & Co. was recommended to us by our friend and host, Phil, and good job, Phil. It is super tasty. Have we found a winner?
Oh yeah, those cinnamon rolls look very good.
This is one of the top rated coffee shops in town too. The little van here at the market. What'd you decide on?
Sausage rolls. So we changed our minds on the cinnamon rolls and went with the sausage rolls. And it has really good flavor to it. Now, I think this would probably be phenomenal if it was actually warmed up a little bit, but it's still pretty tasty.
And I settled on something called a Battenberg loaf and a sausage roll. So it's got like 2 different kinds of cake and some sort of like dough on the outside that's almost like a undone cookie dough, like an uncooked cookie dough. It's fantastic. It's made by, was it Sicily's or Silly's Cakes? I don't know, but it's super tasty. Y'all, I've not had enough coffee.
My goodness.
I just recorded this entire scene with the camera in photo mode. Yep.
Yeah.
So, we're on our 2nd cup of coffee now. Dear Lord Jesus, help me. I can't find words today. And we got it from the cute little green truck that you saw in the market. It's not to my taste. The Linwood & Co. was much better for me, personally. Everybody likes their coffee different, but this one doesn't have as much flavor, and the milk wasn't warm, so it's just kind of cold. And get out of the way of my pretty church, man. I mean, you're beautiful. I love your face and everything about you, but move. So this is St. John the Baptist Church. Pretty much takes up the entire square here at Cirencester. I'm going to back bend here. Can we get it? Got it. A little shaky, but I've got a 50-pound pack on my back, so there's that. I did not bring gloves on this little adventure, or even a real coat. I was very, was just really, what's the word I'm looking for?
Naive.
No. No. Optimistic. I was really optimistic about the weather. Naive. Shut up, Davis. So this bookshop and this Jack's Place little cafe also come highly recommended by some blogs that we've read. What is that big thing?
It's a huge shrubbery. Yeah. Bring me a shrubbery.
What is it?
It's just the home park, just a city park.
Yeah, because that's what city parks look like. Thanks. Saw the weirdest vehicle I've ever seen in my whole life. It was a Ferrari coming at us. Blue, cobalt blue Ferrari. Beautiful, sports looking, normal, low, pointy Ferrari. And then as it went by, it turned into a mom SUV. It was the SUV in the back. It was not cool. I spotted it first and I knew we weren't leaving.
Have it? Can we buy it?
I don't think it's for sale, love.
No, it's just decoration.
So last night we stayed in a little inn called the Barrel House, and it is run in conjunction with this place called New Brewery Arts, and it's really, really cool. It's like this whole labyrinth of artist facilities where both real artists are like crafting and making things, but also there's a gallery where you can buy things, and they have like classes for amateurs, and you can even like rent a space to try your hand at something yourself if you want. So here's the little Barrel store spot where we stayed, and right next to it is the gallery. Let's go in. So all within this little corridor, there's like a glass making shop over here and a painter and like just all kinds of, and you can take a workshop here. We're only here for a day, so we won't be doing any painting, but you could. So, I knew I was going to call it that because that's what we were calling it before we found out what it's really called. Cirencester. A++. Great place to spend a night or two. Lots to see here. Wish we had a little more time, but we don't. This would be a good place to make your hub. Really, really, really cute. Plenty of good amenities. Also has really good local transit. Lots of buses stop here. Like I said, it is kind of the capital of the Cotswolds area, so If you need a place that has like more amenities, more places to stay, good transit, you just want to stay in one hub and maybe take day trips to other Cotswolds towns, like if you don't have a car or you just don't want to move every night, this would be a good option.